Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Captain America issue 13. And this was another enjoyable issue as we've got more movement along the continuing of the arc and seeing how Steve Rogers is going to rehabilitate the image of Captain America. So we start off and we see that Peggy is kind of dealing with the information that they have gotten from Von Strucker, and it's really kind of cool how we see their methodical plotting out of the power elite and how to take information and pretty much screw around with the truth, and how their view of freedom is chaos, and how America is an experiment, and how they'll probably try and do this on a world order. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But she gets a text from Sharon, kind of getting information synced up, and how Sharon wants to explain what's going on to Steve, but he needs to be kept in the dark because this is how they've always done it. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. And before she's able to kind of go further in what information needs to be said, uh, somebody's there and she's going to have to deal with it. I was like, okay, we'll have to see how that pans out. So we flip forward to Sharon and Steve and White Tiger and Tony, and what their kind of whole mission is. And Steve kind of lamenting the fact that, yeah, he's now kind of captain of nothing, and what's kind of going on. Everybody around him seems to be playing chess while he's playing checkers. So Sharon gives them the kind of lowdown that what we got to do is we got to rehabilitate and get redemption to Captain America. It's pretty much public relations, what Captain America kind of always was. So they find this dark web that they've been using to get like information from concerned citizens and everything, and that they'll be going to the border because local militias have been terrorizing people down there. And Steve doesn't really like the situation because it's kind of all kind of mixed up. It usually isn't his kind of bag. White Tiger kind of calls him out for it, and I do like that it's kind of a strange area that Steve really doesn't like. He's trusting them, but this isn't kind of like the way that he's really like to do things. But of course, the police aren't doing anything down there as well, so it's a whole kind of cluster that needs to be kind of sorted out. And these militia people are terrorizing these people, and that's not right. And he's kind of like ruminating on what's going on, like if it was any better of when it was back in the days of World War II. Was it just him and his buddies against Hitler and Zemo? Or was it like a Jim Crow army finding common cause with Stalin's army? Bringing up the whole fact of war makes interesting bedfellows. And everybody's got things that they're not really proud of doing. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. So we get into it, and we see that the militia started their attack and everything, and he knows that the law can't redeem people, it's people that can, bringing up like the tired masses and everything, as the militia is using weapons to not kill people but do something to them, kind of like giant taser guns pretty much, and to stun them and all that. But of course we see Steve popping out using his not holographic shield but energy shield, and it's really kind of cool seeing him kind of like stand there and all that, and he's pretty much coordinating with White Tiger, getting her to get the up top people, her kicking some nice ass, pretty much kicking a dude into like a building wall. And we see Steve kind of get himself squared up with these masked people that the masks look like they were modeled off of Zemo. It's like, okay, we'll have to see how that kind of pans out. I really am interested to see what their whole affiliation is. But he's doing different battle techniques. He like dissipates the energy shield at the last second of this one move, and like grabs this dude's knife arm and just like starts taking him down systematically. It was like really cool. And he's like, all right, yeah, we're good to go here. And at one point he's like ruminating on like, okay, listen, I'm an old man in a younger man's body, but I'm still that older man, as he's tossing a knife at this one dude to kind of stop him, but they get teleported up. I'm like, what, was this like a training exercise at first when I was reading through this? But it's like, no, they got teleported out. So Steve and White Tiger are taking care of the people, and he's conversing with one of the migrant workers, and she's like, why were they doing this? And he's like, well, ignorance and hate. But she's like, yeah, hate I get, but this seemed more planned. They kind of had more of a goal. It's like, yeah, Eh. And White Tiger's like, hey, Sharon's got more info for you. I'll take care of the rest here. And I'm like, hey, we can't really take out their birds because they got hostage, but we'll follow them back and clean up there. But as they're saying that, even their helicopters disappear in the like, we don't know if it's a teleport or if they like cloaked or whatnot, but they vanish. And Sharon and Tony are like, what the hell? And they have to figure out how to deal with that. So it's like, because they'd given them the information that the group that they were chasing was the Watchdogs, which is a group that Steve has dealt with a lot over the years. And as he's like talking about like these kind of people coming out of the woodwork, there's other ones as well. As we see Nick Fury pretty much going in and busting into a place, and we see that they were the ones that kind of set off the alarm for the Dryad, and she just like whoops them up, says, "Hey, I know what you've been doing, and I'm here to pretty much straighten out your course. That's why I lured you here, to straighten you out in the right direction." It's like, okay, how's she going to use Fury, and how's this going to work? It's really laying some nice groundwork. When you're doing a kind of methodical, kind of slow-paced action thriller, I really like how the pacing that they've done with this arc, because you're given enough information where it doesn't seem like it's going too fast or too slow. Balances really very well with the action that we get, like we got in this issue. We got information on what the Power Elite were doing. We see Peggy doing her own kind of thing, and we're trying to get Nick Fury into this, and we see the Watchdogs doing their own. It's just a nice kind of flow of information of what we're getting in the story, and I can't wait to see where this goes next. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.